Remain supporter Dominic Grieve has claimed that he could have wept after listening to the Prime Minister's Brexit speech in Commons on Wednesday. The former Attorney General said he has never been so ashamed of being part of the Conservative Party after the Theresa May set out her Brexit strategy. Speaking in an emergency Brexit debate in Parliament on Wednesday, Mr. Grieve warned the government's credibility is running out, he said, when the Prime Minister came to the dispatch box today at Prime Minister's questions. "I confess I think it was the worst moment I have experienced since I came into the House of Commons. I have never felt more ashamed to be a member of the Conservative Party or to be asked to lend her support," he added. She has spent most of her time castigating the House for its misconduct. At no stage did she pause to consider whether it is, in fact, the way she is leading this government which might be contributing to this situation. "I have great sympathy for her. I have known her for many years, and we have a personal friendship beyond and outside of this house, but I have to say I could have wept to see her reduced to these straits, and wept to see the extent to which she is now simply zigzagging all over the place rather than standing up for what the national interest must be." Brexit news. Dominic Grieve claimed he could have wept after May's Commons speech. Image Parliament TV Getty. "I have never felt more ashamed to be a member of the Conservative Party." Dominic Grieve. Emma Grieve warned, "We really are. I'm sorry to say this, at the 11th hour and 59th minute. The government's credibility is running out, trust in it is running out, and unless the Prime Minister by some greater exertion of will, and she has plenty of will and plenty of robustness, stands up and starts doing something different, we're going to spiral down into oblivion, and the worst part of it all is that we will deserve it." On Wednesday, Mrs. May told MPs she intends to table her withdrawal agreement for a third time in the Commons, in the hope of overturning massive defeats inflicted on it in January and March. In a letter to European Council President Donald Tusk, Mrs. May said it remains the government's policy to take the UK out of the EU in an orderly manner on the basis of the withdrawal agreement and political declaration agreed in November and supplemented by documents agreed with Mr. Juncker last week. Speaking in the Commons, she said, "The government intends to bring forward proposals for a third meaningful vote. If that vote is passed, the extension will give the House time to consider the withdrawal agreement bill. If not, the House will have to decide how to proceed. But as Prime Minister, I am not prepared to delay Brexit any further than June 30th." Responding to Mrs. May, Mr. Tusk said, "In the light of the consultations that I have conducted over the past days, I believe that a short extension would be possible, but it would be conditional on a positive vote on the withdrawal agreement in the House of Commons. The question remains open as to the duration of such an extension." Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn accused Mrs. May of running down the clock on Brexit. He told the Commons, "This government has led the country and themselves into crisis, chaos and division.